going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my match review, match reaction and match analysis of Manchester City's game against Brighton and Hove Albion away at the Amex Stadium. Before I do crack on with this video and giving all of my thoughts, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're on that big push to 30k subscribers, so any help towards that would be great. We are less than 800 subs away now. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget email in the description if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by GT Player. GT Player were very kind to send me this limited edition Manchester City chair that you can see just behind me. You can go and check out all their great chairs. The link to their website is in the description. Remember, if you see any chairs that you like and you're going to purchase it online, use code JSGC5. Get yourself 5% off. Why not? Links and details there in the description, and yes, I will roll my promo video for the chair at the end of the video. So, let's crack on with this video and let's give my thoughts. First and foremost, I'm going to speak for the next minute or so about Brighton and Hove Albion. Firstly, congratulations to them. They have mathematically sealed their place in the Europa League next season. That is a massive achievement for them, and so I want to wish them the very best of luck on their Europa League campaign next season, and hopefully they'll be able to better what Liverpool do. That would be fantastic. But what an achievement. 6th place in the Premier League. People speak all the time about overachieving, and I always say in response to that, what is overachieving? You manage your expectations, and overachieving to me is when you are pushing the boundaries beyond what your team is capable of, and I don't think Brighton have overachieved this season. They finished in the top half last season. Their team is capable, under a brilliant manager that they've got right now, if they can keep hold of their core players and continue to push them boundaries, I think they're capable of going even further than 6th place. From what I saw today, the team that's had the most shots against Manchester City out of any team this season, that first half, they caused so many problems and so many headaches for Manchester City. This is a sign of a very, very good team. Does it need more quality adding to its squad to push it even further? Maybe, but they've got brilliant players already, and I think one of the most important battles that Brighton have got in the summer is keeping hold of some of their top talents. Now, naturally, they're going to lose 1, 2, maybe 3 of their players, and they're going to make profit because that's how their club runs, that's how they earn their money, and it's a successful business model that's worked so well for them. But we're not talking about a team that's been avoiding relegation, sitting in mid-table, getting the top half. We're talking about a European team now. And if they want to compete in Europe, and what's the point in getting to the Europa League if you don't want to compete in it? If they want to, they need to be improving on their squad. And there has to come a time for me where you stop being the team that's selling players all the time to make money and signing the next top prospects. There has to come a time where you start saying no to the money, you keep hold of your top players, you get them on big long contracts, and you continue to add quality to the team, because that's the only way that they're going to get better. And I had a good listen to their chairman in the build-up to this game against Manchester City, and they were speaking about their business model. And to me, I think Brighton now, if they're going to continue with their business model, they've hit their very peak, and it's a great peak to hit. I think they can go even further. Their model that they've got is so successful. They've got a fantastic manager. They need to be doing everything they can to keep hold of him, because if they can, and they can add that quality, this Brighton team would be a fantastic football team. That first 45 minutes from Brighton was right up there with some of the best football that I've seen played against Manchester City this season. So my respect for Brighton was high before the game, is even higher coming out from the Amex for this game as well. Now, moving on to Manchester City, and yes, we made changes. Yes, it wasn't our strongest team, and yes, I do think that if Man City had gone with a full strength team, we go on to win this game because we have the quality there. But this game wasn't about winning. This game wasn't about Manchester City continuing form. This game was all about Manchester City showcasing that they can go toe for toe with a competitive team, with something to play for, with a fantastic work ethic, and come out there unscathed. If we'd picked up a win, I would have said this has been one of the best victories we've had this season, because to play against this Brighton team away from home with some momentum, doing as well as what they are, it would have been a fantastic achievement. Now, we've come away with a point. The point's enough for Brighton to seal Europa League football. It's enough to keep Man City's unbeaten run going. It does end our Premier League winning streak, which, quite frankly, at the end of the day, is absolutely meaningless because the Premier League now has been won. Now, had this something been riding onto this game and this is now stretching it into the final game, could have been a different story. But as it is, that isn't the case. We don't have to care or think about that. What we do have to think about now is there's some lessons to be learnt. Manchester United, Inter Milan, they will have watched what Brighton did in that first half, and they'll be thinking to themselves, well, we want to have shots against Manchester City. We want to push forward and send 4, 5 players forward at a time, press and force the issue. The one outstanding bit of success that we've got from this game is it was rotated. It was heavily rotated for City at the back. It'll be Ederson, whose ball distribution at the back is brilliant. Starting against United, starting against, well, you'd think starting against United anyway, and starting against also Inter Milan. And to me, speaking of Manchester United and that game, I'd have been tempted before this game to go with Ortega Moreno. They're going to now press and try and force the issue on Manchester City. I think ball distribution could be crucial on that big Wembley pitch, and I would start Ederson. Based from this game, from what I've seen, I think Ortega Moreno, fantastic shot stopper. In terms of his distribution, isn't anywhere near Ederson's level, and it disrupts Manchester City. If we want to win that FA Cup, and if we want to win the Champions League, no time for sentiment, no time for you're the cup goalkeeper, you go with your strongest team. And to me, in terms of a team that's going to force the issue like United, like Inter will, Ederson starts in goal ahead of Ortega Moreno every single day of the week. We don't have Ruben Dias on the pitch. We don't have our engine in midfield, Rodri, because he's starting as a centre-back. It was just all disrupted for Manchester City. And we even found the crucial opening goal. There are not many teams that, should Manchester City go out there and score that opening goal, manage to get a result from the game. But Brighton have managed to do that. And let's not forget, they made 3 or 4 changes as well. Now, it was Phil Foden that gave Man City the lead. Erling Haaland missed a brilliant opportunity in the first half with a free header at the back post, something he rectified later in the game. But Phil Foden gave Manchester City the lead. Erling Haaland rounded the keeper, unselfishly just squares it off to Foden. He cannot miss, and he scuffs his shot, and it ends up coming off the defender and into the back of the net in what nearly went very wrong for Manchester City, but thankfully found that opening goal. And since City found that opening goal, we just kind of stopped playing, and it allowed Brighton right back into the game, having shots. They hit the crossbar, they had a goal disallowed. It was backs against the wall for Manchester City, and so Ensico shows up, right place at the right time, scoring a screamer 30 yards out. There were City fans behind the goal as that ball flew into the back of the net right in front of them, applauding that goal as it went in, and it deserved applause. It was a sensational finish from Ensico and from Brighton, well worthy of them picking up a point. Now, they had opportunities in the second half. City had opportunities in the second half, but going toe for toe, nothing really to separate these two teams. Brighton, I thought, marginally the better team for the first half. Certainly in the second half of that first half, Brighton, the much better team. Manchester City got much more control in that second half, and it was a better second half performance. And had that Erling Haaland goal counted for Manchester City, I think we'd go on to win this game. And I sit here and say this has been an excellent game and a test for Manchester City. We've come out unscathed, and we're looking good with a fantastic result. But as it was, ruled out through VAR, which I'm not going to sit here and start speaking about VAR and acting all controversial and saying this, saying that. This is a redundant game. It doesn't mean anything to either team, because Brighton already had Europa League football. There's no way that goal difference was getting overturned. So this game held no meaning to Manchester City whatsoever. So does it hurt to drop points? Not really. Am I going to lose any sleep over Haaland's goal being disallowed? Not really. But that performance from the referee, not brilliant. Just going to leave that there. The Erling Haaland goal, to me, biased Manchester City fan, of course I'm going to say it should have stood. I did think the defender should have been stronger. If you're going to push a striker that's 6'4" twice, expect to have some kind of retaliation as the ball comes into the box. I think the defender needs to be stronger. If Haaland gets pushed twice, if Haaland goes down on one of them pushes, he goes down on the first or the second push, he gets laughed at. It's not a penalty. So the fact that he retaliates with a pullback on the shirt for the defender to stop playing and say it should have been a free kick, I agreed with the linesman in a great position. I agreed with the referee. I didn't agree with a lot of what he did, but I agreed with his on-field decision of looking at it. It looked like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, a physical battle that the defender has chosen to insinuate and then moaned about when he's come off second best. VAR's told him to go and have a look at it and overturn the decision. A decision I don't agree with, but that's my take on it. In the past, don't have to think about it. It holds no importance. The only thing that holds importance, I'm filming this video, I want an update from Pep Guardiola on John Stones. I want John Stones, all fine, precaution, taken off, will be rested against Brentford, good to go against United, good to go against Inter Milan. He went down. Now, if he's out and he's injured, to me, yes, there'll be questions about Pep Guardiola's team and going with a very strong midfield and going with a very strong attack, but we had to go with that defence, so I don't think any criticism can come in for Pep Guardiola on that team selection for me. You want to remain competitive, you want to learn lessons now rather than in them cup finals, and the only way you do that is going with a strong team, and we've gone with a strong team. We've got, in my opinion, a good point. Could have been better, could have been worse. We learn our lessons, we get out of there, and we make sure we're ironing out the issues, ready for the FA Cup final, ready for the Champions League final. And to me, excellent game of football, fully enjoyed it, no meaning on it. It was nice to be able to relax and watch what was a fantastic tactical battle between two fantastic managers, who Brighton's manager right up there for manager of the season, and Pep Guardiola, of course, right up there as manager of the season as well. So a very entertaining game of football. Congratulations to Brighton on confirming mathematically their place in the Europa League for next season and finishing 6th in the Premier League as well. And for Manchester City, we get a hard-earned point at the Amex Stadium, and we've got some lessons to be learned heading into the big FA Cup final and Champions League final, which could just be a big blessing for us, because we'd rather learn these lessons now rather than be surprised by one of the tactics thrown out by Erik ten Hag or thrown out by Inter Milan in the Champions League final. So this result might just be something we come back to in a couple of weeks' time and say, actually, this game was a very important lesson to be learned because it's helped us in achieving our goals to try and win the T word. So there we go, they're my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below. Sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. And finally, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by GT Player. I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.